Good morning, VixWeirRoadRoo.com with your morning horn of your public horn of Z's. Your sip of decaffeinated tea. I'm doing a public horn of Z's and a private horn of Z's. Private goes to the Patreon members and the Road to Ruta private road members. I'm going to see how it won't be every day, but I'm going to try to do two of them just to get more in depth and things that I talk about that YouTube kicks me off and shadow bans me. I can say on the private road. All right. So check that out if you're a private road member. It's right there in the private road section. Horn of Z's today's is Repo, Redo, Veritasium, and Minution mouse clicks. It's also on the Road to Ruta Patreon channel. Patreon's $10 a month. Private road is $2.99 for a year, and you get a Veritasium token. Don't say anything. And a silver Road to Ruta coin. That's the only place you can get them. So check those out. Go to roadtoruta.com. Click on subscribe today. It'll tell you all about it. All right. Now let's talk repos. First of all, yesterday we had an update because later in the day they added another $13 billion for a reverse repo. So it was a pretty big one yesterday, but they had an expiration on a term repo too. So, but today is pretty decent chunk, 49.8 billion. It'll take our overall down a little bit because of the big one yesterday. As you can see, here's yesterday's afternoon reverse repo, 13.3. Now, normally these are like maybe a billion, half a billion. 13.38 is huge. I count this, it's just overnight, but I count because it's used to influence interest rates. They're trying to keep a cap on interest rates. And it's getting ugly. They're hiding what they're doing behind the FICC. And I go into that in the private road section today for Patreon members. But it is ugly. Yes, yesterday was a big one. There was 3 activities in this area of repo. One was the $13.4 billion reverse repo. One was a $58.6 billion repo. And then they had to do another term repo. So another 32, it got to $70 billion just in the overnight last night. So that's why it dropped today because, they only needed 49.8 billion to survive another day. And that's not counting what's going on with the what do you call it? The FICC insurance repos. Now, those only need to be done at the end of the reporting cycles, at the end of each month, to stay within the guidelines, I think. Now, I'm trying to revamp the repo chart, but it's hard. It's hard figuring out how these criminals are going to hide their dirty deeds. But I'm getting there. Right now, including the FICC participation, it's over 750 billion that they've been. And I was looking for that number, 700. I kept looking for it. I'm like, yeah, it should be there by now. If you count the backdoor stuff that they're doing with the FICC, yes, we are over 700 billion. So I will be revamping that chart and putting it out. All right, let's talk about this. This is the silver price over the last year. I'm going to show you where the good guys started to make their move, what happened when they got to their final move, how much the banks were down, the large silver shorts. This is what happened. Starting in June, the silver price started to go up. And if you look at the past 5 years, it's quite a move right here. Look at that. That's a big move. The last time was probably in here. That was probably the last attempted takedown in mid-2016. And yes, JP Morgan and friends and Steve Mnuchin. That's when Mnuchin came into office and boom, 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 boom. Obviously, Mnuchin's number one fear is the silver market. But let's take a look at what happened this time. Again, it started in June. Good guys, good guys, good guys. Every dollar that silver went up, the billion ounce short position lost $1 billion. So 14, this is 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion. It was really starting to ramp up right at September 11th or early September. Now, how many times have I said this? September 11th was going to be the turning point. I said it 2 years ago, September 11th. Same thing happened in 2008. This is not by chance. These are not freely traded markets. Then we had the repo crisis going crazy, all caused by silver. Remember, Bear Stearns' silver position caused the last crisis. And then Mnuchin trying to get it under control. And then all of a sudden we have another jump in December. So the battle for silver is ongoing. It's easier to see in like the daily charts. Bang, they try to slam it down, boom, jumps back up. These are all computer clicks. Good guys versus the bad guys. Who can click their computer mouse the hardest? Steve Mnuchin is winning so far. Silver breaks over 20. Look out above. Doesn't mean it's going to be freely traded. Again, the Exchange Stabilization Fund has unlimited amounts of computer clicks. And they can lose any amount of money. It doesn't matter. Money is not the problem. Silver is the problem because silver can destroy the banking system. They lose, again, every dollar goes up, the banksters lose $1 billion. So keep an eye on that. And just for those of you who say, no, the bad guys always win, let me refresh your memory. What else happened mid-September in last year besides the silver crisis and the repo crisis? This gets announced. Current and former precious metal traders charged with multi-year manipulation, racketeering, conspiracy. There you go. Greg Smith, 55 of New York, worked for Bank A. Michael Nowak, 45 of Montclair, New Jersey, worked for Bank A. Christian Jordan, 47 of Mountainside, New Jersey, worked for Bank A. Bank A is JP Morgan Chase. Same timing. And then what happened in November? Superseding indictment charges former precious metal salesman and racketeering conspiracy. 3 others previously charged in connection with manipulation of market of precious metals contracts. There it is. More against JP Morgan. And all going after them for racketeering. How long have we been talking about JP Morgan and silver? Me? I've been talking about them for over 10 years. I can prove it too. Go to roadtoroota.com, hit the search function right up there, do a search for JP Morgan. You will find 401 articles about the criminality at JP Morgan and silver. 401. And this is back when I was writing articles. So you can check YouTube videos for Bix Weir and JP Morgan. You're going to find a lot more. If you want to know the history of JP Morgan's involvement in criminality in the silver markets, go there. Go to roadtoroota.com. Friday Road Trip, 4/22/2016. JP Morgan, silver rigging. Crazy stuff, my friends. So that's all I got for you today. I go to in depth on the repo madness and Veritasium. I'm going to start my discussion about that because I do believe there are good guys behind the scenes. And I do believe that Veritasium is a solution to this problem that the bad guys have created. So it could be, I'm not saying buy it. I'm saying there's a very small chance that the good guys, there's something else going on behind the scenes with the good guys. If you're a Road to Roota believer and you understand that there's a battle going on behind the scenes, yes, you should absolutely have some Veritasium. Because it is the solution to rehypothecation, is the solution to the criminal exchanges. And I do think, as some of the RV remote viewing and cliff high data, I think it'll come true that the government will require these criminal banksters to use Veritasium in their trading to confirm transactions and stop this insane rehypothecation of treasuries, of you name it. I don't know what they'll apply if they do use Veritasium, they could apply it to any market, any peer-to-peer capital exchange, and have a track of it and get rid of the broker-dealer DTCC problem. So, yeah, that's where I'm placing my big bet as far as, not big bet, but I'm a hodler of Veritasium. And most likely it's not going to work out. I mean, if you read the newspaper and you don't know much about what's going on behind the scenes, yeah, you'd think, oh my God, why would you buy something that the SEC has shut down and they destroyed Reggie Middleton? Because it's good and it's needed. And I know behind the scenes, there's something else going on. The good guys are taking out the bad guys. All right. That's all I got for you. Big Weir, roadtorear.com. Don't forget to hit subscribe today.